So you want to talk about Devon Archer? Fucking, he just gave a sworn testimony to fucking Congress, and then he also did a full-on interview with fucking Tucker Carlson. Do you happen to catch that one?
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. Well, I mean, I've watched it two parts, two different days. I don't know if it rolled out like that. So I
yeah,
caught it. It's good, man.
yep, yep. So basically, he spills a lot of beans here. So Devon Archer, he's getting locked up, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to do a year for a fraud case, a $60 million fraud case from 2018.
Right. And so keep in mind, Devon Archer is essentially fucking Hunter's boy. Like that was his fucking business partner in fucking Burisma and all that shit. And so essentially fucking Devon Archer getting arrested more than likely feels a little bit betrayed because like, wait, I thought your dad was the big guy, like what the fuck am I getting arrested for? So essentially, it seems that now he's spilling the beans, and so of course the Democrats are trying to paint it as like, oh, he's a criminal, you can't trust his testimony. Like, look at him, he's been doing deals with Ukrainians and corruption and all this and that shit. Like, but yeah, with Hunter Biden. Like that's the whole point.
Right.
Like he got caught. Now he's snitching on his co-defendants. Like that. It's not like a rare thing. Like that happens all the fucking time. Like just because of the fact that he's a criminal doesn't make his fucking his word less fucking credible.
He's going light though. He's definitely tiptoeing
Right.
in Congress and with Tucker. He's not just coming out and throwing him under the bus or anything like that. He's still
Well, I'm pretty sure
massaging him, but walking.
it's because I'm pretty sure he would like to survive that year in prison.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got kids.
Right. Yeah. Let's not
And then
tiptoe
not to
around it.
mention how you were saying him being a little bit sour, man. I mean, he's flat out says that basically the brand was a legal defensive leverage. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
people would be scared to come at you legally if you were tied to that name, but yet here he is, deeply tied to that name and getting fucking dicked, man.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, well, kind of dick. I'd imagine if you or I caught a $60 million fraud charge, we'd get more than a goddamn year. But
Shit, I did more than that for fucking drugs.
right. That's the thing, though, dude.
Right.
It's okay to fucking goddamn fuck with people for millions of dollars, because you'll do 9 months for good behavior or whatever. You fucking self medicate and you're fucking off to the gulags.
Right. Yeah, but then again, I'm pretty sure if we had anything to do with fucking $60 million, we probably wouldn't make it out after that year either. Yeah, that type of money doesn't just fucking wash away, especially if you're not fucking being silent about it either, if you're not sitting down, keeping your mouth shut, doing your time, like, you probably ain't gonna fucking make it out of that prison. Yep.
That sucks, man.
But so he also he brought some shit to the table. I mean, fucking Joe Biden claimed that he never knew anything to do with his son's business partners, never knew anything about his business dealings, anything like that. We never spoke about it ever, not once. Like, no, I would never do anything like that. Like,
did Hunter Biden commit a crime?
Proud of my son.
Are you confident that Hunter did nothing wrong?
I'm confident.
You still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation at his smear campaign, like you said?
Yes. God love you, man. You're a one-horse pony.
President Biden, how involved were you in your son's Chinese shakedown text message? Were you sitting there? Were you involved? Were you involved?
I don't.
Were you?
No. And no, there's not a single thing that I've observed at all that would affect me or the United States relative to my son Hunter.
Have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head?
We found this letter, kind of amazing. It's from January 20th, 2011, which I think puts you in your late 30s, mid to late 30s.
right.
Okay, so you're a younger man. This is from the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, to you personally, and it's personalized here at the bottom. Devon Archer, Rosemont Seneca Partners, that was your partnership with Hunter Biden in Georgetown. Dear Devon, I apologize for not getting a chance to talk to you at the luncheon yesterday. I was having trouble getting away from hosting President Hu Jintang, who was running China at that point. I hope I get a chance to see you again soon with Hunter. I hope you enjoyed lunch. Thanks for coming. Sincerely, Joseph R. Biden Jr. P.S. Handwritten, happy you guys are together. So there are many levels here. But here's the Vice President of the United States saying to you, a man in his mid-30s, who's not a government official, I'm sorry I was occupied with the guy who runs the world's largest country. I would much rather talk to you and thank you. What was he thanking you for?
Well, first of all, it's a lovely letter, and it was.
It's quite enthusiastic. It's a little weird, though, right?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of the beginning of our partnership, and he was thanking me and thanking Hunter. I think at the end of the day for bringing this idea of this government regulatory strategic advisory business into the private equity world.
But he has a fucking signed letter thanking him for being in business with his son, Hunter Biden, signed by Joe Biden himself. I don't know how much more of a smoking gun you can get than that. Like, yeah.
A fucking handwritten fucking glove letter, dude. Fucking jerking him off. Thanks, man, for getting involved in this. I think you're probably going to make me some cash, buddy.
Right.
I look forward to future endeavors.
Right. Yeah. I would much rather be talking to you than the president of China. This guy's so lame. He doesn't even give me enough bribes. Like, you got the real money. He doesn't even bribe me that much.
Right.
Right. And so, as we know from the famous fucking clip of Joe Biden bragging about his fucking quid pro quo with the Ukrainians, where he got the corrupt prosecutor Victor Shogun fired, which we now know was actually for him investigating Burisma, which Devon Archer does kind of say that yeah, basically he said that don't worry about it, it's a non-issue. when they found out that they were getting investigated by Victor Shogun, basically Hunter came back and like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, it's not an issue. A couple months later, oh son of a bitch, he got fired.
So they said they were walking out to press conference. Said, "No," I said, "I'm not going to. We're not going to give you the $1 billion." They said, "You have no authority. You're not the president." The president said, "I said, call him." I said, "I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion." I said, "You're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here." And I think it was 6 hours. I said, "I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money." Well, son of a bitch, got fired, and they put in place someone who was solid at the time.
Right.
Right.
And he did say that that the CEO and the owner there at Burisma, that they put pressure on Hunter to get a hold of DC to deal with it.
Right.
They were like,
well, I mean, that's
directly like, this is why we fucking hired you.
The fuck we paying you for? Go get that fucking get the big guy on the phone. Like, get this motherfucker off our back. Like, that's literally your department. It's fucking legal defense and shit.
You got one job, dude.
No, I don't want to see your fucking finger paintings. Put this shit away.
Right. Put your dick away and call your dad.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I mean, I don't know. And just the fact that, the fucking libtards and the fucking Democrats will try to explain that away too. Like, oh yeah, no, fucking who doesn't call their dad in the middle of the fucking board meeting on a fucking energy company that you have no fucking clue how they operate, or fucking, you don't even know what fucking natural gas is. And, yeah, oh, hey, my dad's calling me. Like, oh, hey guys, you want to put on speakerphone? Hey dad, how's the weather? Like, nobody fucking believes that, dude. Like, who the fuck does that? You know?
And neither of them speak Russian or Ukrainian either.
Right.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
there's fucking.
And then, I mean, not to mention all the pictures of Joe Biden with Hunter Biden and his business partners. I mean, there's so much overwhelming evidence against this dude, and at the same time, that the fucking libs will try to say like, oh, look at there's so much overwhelming evidence against Trump too. So but I mean, just the fact, dude, this is blatant. Like, this is fucking blatant fucking influence peddling, but still, just I don't know. I mean, Do you think anything's gonna actually come of this? I mean, a lot of this stuff is just really fucking out there, like, for everybody to see. It's really unhideable.
Yeah, the list that the Republicans have dropped, like it was Byron Donalds that dropped a list on Instagram, and it's pretty extensive, man. I mean, LLCs, bank transfers, private bank transactions, obvious, audio recording, video recording, fucking, the admitting, getting the fucking choking fire on video. I mean, the list of shit is just so massive, and like you said, the excuses are played off pretty quickly, and like about the phone calls. It was, already like, well, that was around the time Bo died. It was a grieving family, and they were contacting each other a lot at that time. And then Devon Archer goes on to say it's over a decade. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
they weren't. I mean, even if you're grieving for your son for a decade, that's not what you're calling your other son for.
Yeah.
Fucking 8 years later or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't think anything's going to come of it. And that's the reason that they're so apt to keep Trump out of office, I believe, because with him pushing, like with the Ukraine, the perfect phone call, shit like that, he was already onto this shit and trying to out it. And I believe that that's the major reason that they fucking want to destroy him that bad. And ultimately, fucking the conspiracies, right? It's to cover the Obama's legacy, and I mean, obviously the DNC as a whole, because there was so many people involved. But it's all Obama did. Obama signed off on all of it, and that's the reason, bro.
Yep. It all fucking goes back to the big O.
Yep.
That's the real big guy.
Right. And and then of course, they're finding corpses at the guy's house now, shit like that,
Right.
dude. I mean, yeah, and people act like that kind of shit's normal too. Well, people die. Yeah, but why does it always seem to be around these type of people?
Right.
Like it's just a coincidence. They're like, well, when you're that big, people. Fuck, dude, I've lived all over the country. I know people too. I don't know someone that died like at my house, or 56 people that committed suicide, or fucking, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's just redundant, man.
Yeah. Hey man, you don't know, the world of politics is pretty fucking heavy, man. You could probably know 56 people that committed suicide that after they got involved with politics.
Right.
It's a pretty heavy load to bear, man.
Pretty stressful, man.
Oh man. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys checking out this whole video, this whole long, clip from the Liberty Bowl live stream. Make sure you guys catch us every Friday night at 10 p.m. Arizona time. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys are not already subscribed, and hit the notification bell so that way you guys know when we are going live. Make sure you guys hit the like button, and make sure you guys check out one of these other videos popping up. And as always, fuck off.
I need to clear. And anyway,